Hey everybody, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Yeah, all my 100 subscribers, hello. Today we're gonna talk about Instagram and why this platform is so toxic, why I ended up leaving the platform, and maybe why you should consider leaving the platform too. So if you wanna know more about my experiences, then stay tuned to the rest of the video. My toxic relationship with Instagram began, no, I'm just kidding. No, my relationship with Instagram began back in 2011. I was like 15, 16 at the time. I was literally whole like 30 lifetimes ago. I was in the church, I just came out as gay, and it was just, yeah, there was a lot going on then. And I was like, I'm gonna be a landscape photographer, because like every man in the church is a landscape photographer. Comment below if you believe that to be true, because I feel like, especially living in the Pacific Northwest, like I grew up in Seattle area, so it's just nothing but landscape photographers that are, you know, doing it for the Lord or whatever. Fast forward to now though, I'm fucking doing witchcraft, I'm a tarot reader full time, you know, that's the whole shebang. So just from one extreme to the other, just how I live my life. So from like 2011 to like 2016, the golden era of Instagram, when it was all about photography, that was a great time on the platform, because I just felt like you were actually seeing people's content that you were following. You know, there wasn't as much advertisements. It wasn't oversaturated. You know what I mean? It was a good time. Very, I felt like I was getting more features on accounts, getting brand deals more. And it was a fun place. I genuinely loved making content at that time. Like I was like live, breathe, die content. Like I was posting all the time. But yeah, like that was a really helpful time for me. And that's one thing I will say about the platform that did help me, but that was also a different time. So you fast forward to now, in the last 3 years, my Instagram account's been about spirituality content, specifically tarot readings and tarot cards. And that's what I do as my job now. And YouTube, you know, manifest, gonna be a YouTuber girl. We're doing it. Hit that subscribe. Fast forward to now, yeah, I feel like the platform is a completely different place, and I've just gotten to a point where I can't even handle it anymore. I feel like the platform became toxic when Facebook, Meta, whatever the fuck, when they bought Instagram, that's when the platform turned to shit, because I feel like they were copying everybody else, right? Like Snapchat did stories, they were like, we're gonna do stories. You know, YouTube popping off, we're gonna do IGTV. Now it's Reels, obviously, that's been the thing for a while now, as we're aware. And you know, now there's this pressure to feed this algorithm that we don't even know what the algorithm is. And then you have somebody who blows up once and they're like, I'm gonna tell you how to go viral, but it's an illusion. Like they're getting rich, you're not. So it's like, it's stupid. It's just like all fake, it's not real. So this just shows you right there that this platform doesn't care about anything but money. It just cares about profit. It cares about advertiser dollars. Like, have you noticed that your Instagram is mostly filled with advertisements and videos of people doing literally the same thing, which I'll get into? Yeah, like they don't care about you. They just care about your attention, and they just want to take all your attention and take all that and focus it on, you know, seeing an algorithm that projects your issues or makes you continue to stay in a state of trauma. Seriously, because some of these videos are just, they're curated so well to what we know that they can just keep you locked in. And bitch, unlock it. Get the key and unlock the door, because this is not happening anymore. Oh, that rhymed. Okay, I like that. Now, speaking as an Instagram business that was more of a personal brand, you know, I have personal connections on there. Excuse me. Who's got some subwoofers out here right now? Just trying to interrupt my video. I've been trying to do this video for like 3 hours, y'all. Sounds like a spaceship or some shit. Okay, to keep myself on track, I have this list here, so let's go down the list, shall we? So I stay on topic. So the niching, okay, so I said niching down is self-limiting. Okay, the idea, I'll preface this is my experience. The idea of niching down and picking one specific topic, one specific area of interest, I think is just so creatively degrading. Like, it keeps you stuck in this area where you're only creating content to serve an algorithm, but not serve your creativity, not serve your spirit, like the part that actually matters within you. And I just don't like that idea, like I understand that, picking one thing that's going to lead to that more success in a business or a company or a brand, like I totally get that. But as a personal brand, it just feels a little bit different. I'm trying to create a life for myself that allows me freedom and flexibility, and just being on a platform where I'm constantly just like at the disposal of a platform, and they're not really rewarding you for anything, really. So I just think niching down, as it works for some people, I get it, like you got products and shit, yeah. But for me, it's a no. So now I want to talk about the comparison trap. So, like for instance, I was in the tarot reading community. So I would always see other posts from other tarot readers and other people in the community. And, everyone's like, bragging about their clients, bragging about this experience, bragging about this and that. And I'm not saying that I didn't get sucked in that, because I definitely did, because that's literally what the platform is. It's this false sense of perfectionism that doesn't exist. And when you're constantly seeing other creators' content, it's kind of suffocating, honestly. And it's all repetitive. Like, everybody's copying each other, using the same trending audios and all these stupid metrics that we have to upkeep with. Like, are you for real? Like, if I have to hear that fucking song again one more time, like, that's what TikTok's for, not Instagram. Like, this is dumb. And I know it's been this way for a while, but lately it's just been really getting to me. I'm just over it. So that's why I ultimately ended up deactivating the account. Ridiculous. The other thing I want to note is this will keep you stuck in the past, especially if it's a personal account. Everybody you meet from your life is like on this little device every day. You know what I mean? Like, isn't that kind of weird? You never talk to them again. Like, a lot of them. But you're just always seeing each other's stuff. It's just weird. And I know there's muting, but it's just the idea of it. Like, people seeing you from your past from like 10 years ago, like they only know one version of you. Like, you know what I mean? It's just dumb. There's just a lot of people that are just gawkers, is what I call them. They're just gawking, they're just looking, keeping tabs, checking in on ya. Okay, that's not healthy. Like I said, if you're a business and you're not like a person, like you're a company, I totally support it, because I feel like that's actually helpful. But when your personal identity is involved, it's a whole different game, girl. But yeah, I'm just sick of seeing old coworkers from like 10 years ago or whatever. Like, it's just, we got to move forward. Okay, that keeps you stuck in that thinking, and brings you back to those memories and that time, and ultimately keeps you stuck in this cycle of depression. That's why depression is part of this. And ultimately leading to anxiety, because you have the anxiety of posting all the time and pushing things out all the time to stay relevant, because you're making up for the feelings of being depressed. It's just not healthy. And these people, these scientists, whatever, that are doing this algorithm, like, they know how to keep us hooked and addicted. And this brings me to my next point, frenemies. So the people that, are in your niche, doing similar things as you, similar levels, and, it's very keep your enemies closer than your friends, right? Whatever that saying is. Jeez. Yeah, but like the people that keep tabs on you, but they'll never hang out with you, or they'll give you advice, but never let you speak your truth. Those kind of people. Yeah, those are the ones I'm talking about. Or just, I care about people, and I care about how people, I do care about how people perceive me and how people see my life. And ultimately it's because of that app, there's so much pressure put on everybody, and it creates this energy of competition in the area that you're in, the work that you're in. And I can feel that. I feel that it's not my energy. I feel that you know, I'll go on the app and all of a sudden I have those feelings of that like fear and guilt and like I should be posting, I should be doing this so I can be with these people and be at this level. And it's so stupid. Ultimately, you can lose yourself through that. You can lose your identity through that and be like, wow, like who even am I anymore? I'm just trying to keep up with the Joneses, you know? It's like, what the hell? Yeah, I'll notice people in my niche or in my area of work, and it's like, it just doesn't feel like there's genuine connection or friendship there, you know? Everybody sees you as a threat. That's what it feels like on there. And it's like, girl, just do your thing, I'll do my thing. Like, we both have a unique vision and a unique purpose to bring about this. Even if we're both doing tarot, you know, no tarot reader is the same. And it's like, there's room for everybody. That's always been my philosophy. You know, if they can do it, I can have it, that person can have it, that person can have it, you know? And that's okay. Like, it's just like, I don't know why we need to be all competitive and, you know, everybody's fighting for the spotlight and the attention, and it's like just putting a coin in a lottery machine, and it's like, what are we even doing? One of my favorite YouTubers, Hindsight, he actually lives in Vancouver too. Hey, shout out if you ever see this video. He was talking about how TikTok and Instagram is like a new age casino. You know, you're put your coins out there, you keep fishing, and then one day it blows up. But ultimately, it just brings you a dopamine hit. It's not real dopamine. It's not really going to help you. So what's the point? You know, and there's some people out there that are like, Nick, you know what? Like, this stuff doesn't bug me. I'm fine. All power to you, honestly. But for me, I'm just sensitive. I'm a sensitive little spiritual girly, you know? Like, I just don't want to be a part of that anymore. I want peace, you know? That's really what I'm after. You have to separate yourself sometimes. You have to make these harsh calls sometimes in order for you to grow. And I think there's seasons in life for things and seasons where there isn't. And this is just one of those seasons where I'm shifting into something different. And if you're ready to shift into something different, then maybe you should take a break. You know, you don't have to delete it. I didn't delete my account, I just deactivated it. You know, and I like that because, you know, even when you're not on the platform, you're subconsciously thinking about it, right? So when it's not even there and it doesn't even exist and you don't have to worry about it, but you can come back maybe in a year, you know, I don't know. It's allowed me to stop thinking about it, honestly. And I feel so much better. So much better, y'all. It's only been like a couple months. And I feel like I'm dealing with emotions differently because, like, I'm telling you, when you take a break, if you haven't, especially for me, it's been a long time since I've taken a break from this platform. It's like, whoa, you realize how much you actually weren't dealing with because you were just putting all your energy into this app. You know, that feels like a mic drop because it's true. Like, I'm telling you, take 2 weeks off of everything and tell me what you uncover about yourself, because you will uncover a whole lot. And I feel like that's what I'm talking about with identity being wrapped up in Instagram. Makes you lose yourself. It makes you lose who you ultimately are, because you're so focused on metrics and providing for everybody else except yourself. But yourself is what matters the most, you know? That's where I feel like YouTube is more fun. Like, you can go, it feels more raw and just unfiltered. So I'm excited to be fully focusing on this platform, because for so long I've just put my eggs in Instagram and TikTok and all these things, but ultimately at the end of the day, like, YouTube is the best platform for sure. I wasn't going to get into this, but there is a thing I want to say about short form content and long form content. With short form content, if you post something in 24 hours, that shit is going to stay where it's at. But YouTube, you could post something in 4 years later, it'll show up on someone's home feed. Have you checked your YouTube home feed? You can see, I see videos from like 7 years ago, 10 years ago. You know, like, that platform is just more supportive for creators and ultimately more fun, more of a challenge. You know, you can't replicate this. You can't replicate this energy. You can't replicate that. So that's what's fun about this, you know? So I challenge you, yeah, take a month off Instagram and see how you feel. Just saying. I mean, might as well throw TikTok up in there. Okay, I understand Facebook because marketplace, I get it. Okay, I'm a marketplace girly too. But ultimately take a break if you can. And just report back and tell me what you discover. Now I want to talk about Meta Verified. Very controversial. But I decided to try it for a month. Before I was like at the edge of this platform and I was so annoyed. I was putting so much work in and none of my content was being pushed. And I know my content is good, you know, confidently. And that platform is just not rewarding it, you know? And I'm not gonna keep up with 3,000 people. I'm sorry, that's not humanly possible. You know, that's exhaustion. And people do that all day. It's wild. Ultimately, I tried Meta Verified for a month and it literally worsened my engagement, honestly. And then after that, I was just like, okay, well, there's no point, you know? I tried what I could. I'll also tell you a little funny story. So I was working with this business and I was gonna be their tarot reader. I'm not gonna say what business it is because it's like, whatever, it doesn't fucking matter. But basically they asked me to create this graphic for their Instagram to promote the readings. And they asked me if I had something and I made this whole graphic for like an hour. And I sent it off and then they send it back with a completely different graphic. And who the fuck is that? You know, that's not fucking me, that's for sure. Basically, to wrap up this video, I feel for majority of people, Instagram is a waste of time, a waste of energy. It's literally just a distraction. And it just creates image issues and identity issues that I feel like can be easily avoided. And you know, you even go outside in the world now and you see like Instagram coming into reality. For real, like, especially when you live on the West Coast, y'all, like LA, Portland, Seattle, Vancouver, like it's all just fake. It's not real. You know, once you know that, how do you go back? You know, why do people keep going back? Like they're addicted to this cycle of negative self-doubt and negative self-image. And it's time to rewrite the script. So if you feel like you need to change or you need to remove this from your life right now, then I say do it. You know, it's helped me so much, seriously, already. It really allows you to look at yourself in a different way, which I feel like a lot of people have never done or even thought about doing. So it's not easy to get off these platforms. I'm not saying that at all. Like it wasn't just like an easy decision. You know, I really took my time and I was asking myself those questions every day. You know, I'm a big believer in the universe, spirituality, and, you know, I know how I feel. And, you know, when you're being pulled to something else, like sometimes you got to make these tough calls. It may not make sense to everybody else, but you're also not everybody else, right? Think about that for a minute. Well, thank you for sticking around for this video, if you stuck around this far. Yeah, I hope this was enlightening for you. And, you know, like I said, if you want to take a break, you know, no one's stopping you but yourself. But yeah, stay tuned for some other content. You know, we're gonna talk about spirituality, lifestyle, fashion, you know, all that gay shit. We'll talk about it all. So I love ya, and I'll see you in the next video.